Yo, so get this. It was my girlfriend's birthday the other week, and when I asked her what she wanted, it surprised the hell out of me. Rewind to last year for her birthday, she made us do the Hot Wings challenge, and it went about how you'd expect.
I pooped in my friend's driveway.
That's why I didn't know what to expect when I asked her what she wanted this year. I mean, she already has me, what more could she want, right? So you can understand my confusion when I asked her what she wanted, and she simply responded with,
Gamer shelf.
Gamer shelf?
Gamer shelf.
Now, if you need further proof that I am the luckiest man alive, I somehow tricked her into becoming a gamer just like me a few years ago.
Oh, I got two with one shot.
That's my boo! And now we even play games and stream together. Oh my god, I gotta kill him in Jaro! Life is good, but now she needs a good place to set her PC and PlayStation 5 on. A gamer shelf, if you will. So, I'm a builder one. I sat down at my computer, loaded up Photoshop, and began designing the separate pieces. Now, the correct way to do this would be to design it in a CAD program of some sort, but I don't use CAD because I'm literally too stupid. So I design everything in Photoshop and rely on my math to make sure everything lines up. Now, when it comes to design work, I usually design everything to keep myself free of copyright. But since this is a gift and I'm not selling it, I pulled a lot of different references and patterns from the internet for the grill mesh. PCs need good airflow, so I gave the shelf a hollow mesh design. The rest was just about adding designs that she likes. She likes unicorns? I had a unicorn. And I'm including some of our inside jokes as well. If you stop by the stream regularly, you know all about the oops stuff. All right, so I'm about to start cutting our design for Laura. I don't have that much metal left from last batch. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the most complicated piece, which is the top shelf. It smells like someone just shit. It's got roughly like 230 cuts, maybe 300. I think it's gonna take the longest, but we're just gonna start out with this one. And while we work on this, I'm gonna do some testing with some powder coating that I wanna do for her. So we're gonna crank up the oven while we do this. Go ahead and get started, let that run. About halfway through cutting our longest cut, I realized I didn't articulate the parts properly, and it wouldn't fit. Both time and metal wasted. But that's the price you pay when you're dumb. Anyways, so I loaded up a fresh piece of metal and started over. While these were cutting, it was time for me to try something that I've been thinking about for a long time. Spatter powder coating. But before I could even begin testing this idea, my powder coating gun shit itself. So I had to run out and grab another one. Yay. I did struggle getting the new gun running the way it should, but once I did, I started testing my idea. I have some leftover custom plate covers I made for a customer, we'll say, who never paid me. So I'll test it on one of these fuck around and find out covers. I still have like 50 of these things just sitting around, so if you'd like one, leave a comment and I'll probably add them to the website. So to test this idea out, I wanted to base the piece in white powder coat first, then basically just throw different colors at it and try to make a paint spatter style design. I reached out to my good friends over at Prismatic Powders to grab some of their great neon colors, and they sent me out a neon yellow, orange, pink, purple, and a green. And by the way, these guys make the best powder coat on the market, and their prices are extremely reasonable, shipping's fast. I highly recommend these guys. Now, I found this process works best when throttling the on and off button for the electricity that charges the part while throwing small amounts of the powder in different areas. I'd start with one color, throw some until I was satisfied, and then switch colors. Then I'd repeat this process until all the colors are used, and it looked about how I thought it should look. Now it's time to bake it. I'm gonna take it over to my small oven and bake it at 400 for 15 minutes. I do still have and use my large oven from Built American Equipment, but for the small and singular pieces, I still use my small oven for efficiency. Normally I'd run this at 10 minutes at 400 degrees, but since the powder was a little bit thicker than normal, I cooked it for about 15 minutes. And the results were better than I'd imagined. Now, it's important for me to pause here and say that I am not a professional powder coater. I'm not an expert. I've been doing powder coating for my parts only for about 2 years now, and I still fuck it up. And it's rare, but if I ever have a failure on a customer's piece, I replace it. I'm always trying to make my products better, and I'm always learning. Now, I'm satisfied with these results, and since I'm satisfied, it's time to prep all the pieces and do a test assembly. Everything for her shelf is made from 16 gauge mild steel. Alone, that's pretty strong. It's what I use for pretty much everything. But I knew it would be more flimsy with all the mesh cuts. This needs to support her PC and PS5. So it needs to be strong. They're both relatively heavy. I'm really hoping that when all my tabs are bent and bolted together, it will be plenty strong. Let's see if that pans out. A quick assembly shows me that this is going to be a nice, strong shelf, but it needs a front support for the top shelf. A little oversight from me, but an easy fix. I'm gonna build a bracket, bend it, and then weld it in place so it can bear the weight of the top shelf. With the bracket welded in place, the shelf is plenty strong. I'm about 190 right now, so I'm not gonna press my luck, but I'm satisfied with the results. So now I gotta disassemble it and powder coat it. This is going to take quite some time. I'm still adjusting the powder coating gun, and each piece is relatively large, but the process is going to be the exact same. Base it in white and toss our colors. The order that I went with was purple, green, orange, yellow, and then pink. We'll just repeat this process for every piece and bake at 400 for 15 minutes. Now that everything's out of the oven, let's assemble it and see how we did.